Hi, this is Bethany with Recherche Kennels, and we are so excited to introduce to you Mr. Gray, Griffin of Lydia and Spurgeon's litter. Now, this is a very unique and rare opportunity for you to be able to take home an older puppy that has had an extreme amount of training without having to wait. Now, Griffin was actually sold and he was unable to go home at no fault of his own due to some very unforeseen circumstances with his clients. So he is now available, and we know that he will not last for long. Now, Griffin is currently 14 pounds. Now, we do expect him to mature somewhere between the 15 and 20 pound range. He is currently 7 months old, and we know his personality extremely well. Now, Griffin has scored a 777 for his Recherche score. He has scored a 7 for dependency. He is very sweet, very dependent, loves to be with people, loves to cuddle. If given the choice, he is gonna stay by your side and be right at your feet. Now, he does still do well with crate training. If you do need a puppy that, if you're gonna have to leave him in a crate, if you have to go to do a job, he does not have any separation anxiety. He is very sweet and he is okay with that. Now, he has scored a 7 out of 10 for activity. So he is an outgoing puppy. He loves to play. He loves to go for walks and loves to go out and explore the world. So he's doing great in training as well. He has also scored a 7 out of 10 for confidence. He is a confident puppy. He's not afraid of anything. He does great in transitions. He does great going new places, as well as, once again, with that confidence score, you get a puppy that does great in training. Now, Griffin has been going home with a professional trainer for almost 2 months now in our Doggy Double Doctorate program. And this training program is our most extensive training program. This is where he is pushed in his socialization training, he is pushed in his car training, in his obedience training, as well as in his house and crate training. So he's doing absolutely fantastic in all of those areas. And this is probably a once in a lifetime opportunity to get a puppy that is this well trained without having to wait. Now, Griffin can go home after completing Doggy Double Doctorate 8. This is training until 8 months of age, and he can go home on March 30th. The next training level is Doggy Double Doctorate 9, and this is training until 9 months of age, and he can go home on April 29th. And then the last training level is Doggy Double Doctorate 10. That is training until 10 months of age, and he can go home on May 29th. Now, there are two things that separate us from all other breeders. The very first thing is the health of our parents. We do have the healthiest parents, especially with the Cavaliers. We want to have the most healthy puppies that we can produce, and also with the Bichons. So if you scroll down, you will see individual photos of Lydia and Spurgeon. If you click on those photos, it will take you to their individual pages. You'll be able to see more information, pictures, as well as their health clearances. The second thing that separates us is our Puppy Training Institute. So what we are going to do now is we are going to summarize our Puppy Training Institute, and we are going to show you Griffin in training.
Our Puppy Training Institute has 4 core areas. There's a couple areas that are very visible that we're going to show you on camera with the puppy that's for sale. Some of the areas are a little bit more difficult, but the one area that's very visible to show is outside training, and the big part of that is leash training. Puppies love the pull, love the tug, love the cut in front of you, and so we train them to walk on our left side. We train them that when we stop walking, they do what's called an auto sit. That's where they automatically sit without being told, without having any hand signals. They automatically sit. That it builds respect and focus on you. A couple other areas in outside training, it's a little bit harder to show, is car training, and then also swim training when the weather's warmer. The second area that's very visible is obedience training. All of our trainers are certified dog trainers that's been training dogs for years. They know what they're doing. They're all certified. They all can do Canine Good Citizen. They're all very good trainers, and we work on the obedience commands of sit, down, stay, come, place, kennel, and they are trained extensively in all these areas. Now, we have 3 different communication tools we use with the puppies. We use hand signals, we use words, and then we use the training lead that we will provide you. And so as they get older, they get better and better. They can hold their stay longer, they can hold their place longer, they can hold their kennel longer. They can do it with both hand signals and words only, and so they get better and better. The place is when they jump up on the Karandakot. You will definitely want to buy a Karandakot because that allows the transition for our training to go to you. It's a wonderful command. When we say kennel, they go into their kennel on their own volition. We typically keep the door open, especially as they get older. And we train them, they cannot leave the kennel or really any other door until they are released. The 2 other areas that's a little bit more difficult that we're going to show you just generic dogs going through this. The one area is house training. We actually spend more time in house training than all the other areas combined. That's about 2/3 of the training. And this is where we work on the most important area of potty training. Of course, we're training them not to use the restroom inside and the signal eventually to go outside. A puppy at 12 weeks of age can typically hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day, whereas a puppy at 6 months can do 4 hours. The same thing is with crate training. We train them to sleep at night in their crate, eat in their crate. And a 12-week-old can typically sleep around 4 to 5 hours without having to be let out. And a 6-month-old, it's 6 to 10 hours. So obviously, the longer they're in training, the longer they can be crate trained. We also, though, while they're in house training, we train them not to jump up on us, not to chew things in the house, not to bite our hands. It's very extensive. And then the last area is socialization training. Many people worry about getting a trained or older puppy is that they won't bond. Well, because of our socialization program, our puppies bond very quickly. In fact, we've never had a client complain about that. And so in our socialization, we're training them not to be afraid of thunderstorms. We're training them not to be afraid of the hair dryer, of the blow dryer, of a vacuum cleaner. We have a TV in our puppy training area, in our house training area, where we're socializing them. They go on field trips when they get older. We work extensively on them being handled. We have 20 plus people that work for us, so these puppies are handled by multiple people and they're socialized extensively. That is our Puppy Training Institute.
Now, if you are interested in Griffin, please read through this entire page. If you go all the way to the bottom of this page, you will see photos that we took of Griffin just today. He was recently groomed in preparation for going home, so this gives you an idea as well as what he is going to look like as he matures. Now, if you look directly above his pictures, you will see his individual pricing. We're going to show you an example of pricing in this video. This is not his individual pricing, so you do want to make sure that you go to his page to see the pricing that is directly for him. Now, directly under this video, you will see a link that says puppy application. Go ahead and click on that link and fill that out and send it in to us. If you don't hear from someone within 24 hours, please reach out, as we know that Griffin will not last for very long. Thank you so much for taking the time to see Griffin, Mr. Gray of Lydia and Spurgeon's litter. Thank you so much, and God bless.